Coming up on this edition of MHS Rewind, we'll take a look back at the awesome display of talent at the MHS Talent Show.
We'll talk with some of the cast of one of the biggest shows to hit the MHS auditorium.
We'll have an emotional story of how one MHS football player turned one of his toughest days into one of his biggest performances.
We'll have highlights from the Mid-State Cross Country meet.
And we'll also take a look back at some of the best moments from our most recent Pep Session. Good afternoon, MHS. I'm Ezra Pauly.
And I'm Ben Selch. We'll have all of those stories and so much more coming up on this edition of MHS Rewind. The Fall Talent Show a few weeks ago gave our very own MHS students their chance to show off their musical abilities. Austin Bray was there and has highlights of all that talent.
My friend.
On September 12th, MHS's Most Talented took the stage in the auditorium for this year's talent show, Talentpalooza.
Of which I'm certain.
I think it went really well. I mean, there were some great people involved and people did wonderful things, so I think it went awesome.
Haley Holdsworth was one of this year's hosts for the show, alongside Max Littell. As hosts, they write the skits and one-liners in between each act.
I think we did all right. Could use a little work, but it's first time for me.
Ben Gaunt and Braxton Anderson, also known as Benny and the Brax, won the Fan Favorite Award. They performed Glenn Campbell's Southern Nights and won $25.
Southern nights, have you ever felt the southern nights?
You know, I was nervous, but once I saw the audience, it was filled with a lot of family members, community members. It all kind of went
Vengeance.
Marina Rottenkrantz and Emmy Helton captured third place performing Fleetwood Mac's Landslide. Maddie Collinsworth won second place singing Broken Wing by Martina McBride. She went out of her comfort zone to sing the song her mother sang for the talent show her senior year.
I think I did pretty well. I was going in with a little bit of a riskier song because it's country. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. And I had fun with it, so that's what matters.
The Jaywalkers won first place with the performance of Saturday in the Park by Chicago.
I could have done worse for sure. And it's a pretty difficult song. There's a lot of key changes, so I think I did pretty well on that. Yeah.
River Jackson was the lead singer for their performance, and he, along with the rest of the members, were excited to secure the win following last year's performance, where they tied for first with Pants. For MHS Rewind, I'm Austin Bray.
The MHS Music Department has started production on their biggest show in recent years. MHS has started production of its first show of the year, Beauty and the Beast, and like previous shows, it is double cast.
I mean, each show is like a snowflake. You've got different cast, you've got different characters, you get new people, you lost old people, so it's pretty unique.
One of the Beasts will be played by Max Littell.
I enjoy the experience getting to not just meet everyone, I get to be friends with everyone. It's just a good time all around.
The other is played by River Jackson.
I love singing, obviously, so that's probably my favorite part. It's one of my few opportunities to truly get to sing in front of an audience.
Kendall Turner plays one of the Bells.
You get to express yourself on stage and play different characters.
Ben Gaunt steps onto stage as one of the Gastons.
I don't think there's really a comparable feeling to being on stage, singing in front of a crowd and having their full attention, and you know that everyone's looking at you in the moment and that there's nothing you can do except your best and give them a show.
One of the Babettes is played by Emmy Helton.
I love acting and I love all the people. It's a great environment.
Haley Holdsworth is the stage manager for the show.
My favorite aspect of the show would have to be all of the dancing that we're going to do.
This show is much larger than previous ones.
It is a technical behemoth. It is a show that has just an immense demand on scenes. It has costuming that is incredibly difficult to pull off. It's got a full orchestra, like a lot of shows. Sometimes you have a small just war piece. This one's a nice big full orchestra. lighting effects, sound effects. There are so many things that have to happen in this show. It's incredibly difficult.
Beauty and the Beast hits the stage in the MHS Auditorium November 17th through 20th.
Champions Together is a joint effort between the IHSAA and Special Olympics Indiana to incorporate unified sports programs in IHSAA member schools. The unified flag football team at MHS is back on the field again this year. Jack Reeves has a closer look at the partners and the athletes.
Unified flag football is a part of the unified sports program trademarked by the Special Olympics. Unified flag football is an IHSAA sport where kids with and without intellectual disabilities team up and play against other schools. Head coach Dawn Franklin is no stranger to unified sports, and she's excited for yet another season.
I have been involved with unified sports for over 20 years and was really excited that we had the opportunity here in Martinsville. It's a great experience for all of our athletes.
Two of the partners involved in the program include Joey Post and Chloe Jones, and they recommend the experience to anyone thinking about being a partner.
I would for sure do it. It's a good learning experience and something you don't always have a chance to do.
I would say that it's a really good opportunity to meet new people and just have fun.
I've learned a lot of patience and that it's not always about winning.
The athletes can learn something new along the way as well.
Just try your best and don't give up.
The IHSAA says unified sports is to promote competition and not simply participation, but it is also about having fun and unifying students not only from MHS, but other schools as well.
If any other students are interested in participating, we have not only flag football, but we have unified track and field in the spring. So we would love to have extra students.
For MHS Rewind, I'm Jack Reeves.
The football team scored a big homecoming win against Franklin a couple weeks ago. But as Nate Long shows us, one Artesian player was playing for something a little more than a victory over their mid-state opponent.
Brandon Kent is a senior football player at MHS who seemed to have all the odds stacked against him. In April, Brandon's sister Peyton was born with recumbent 8 syndrome. This is a rare disease that causes issues in your brain and heart, and patients have a low chance of living past early childhood. The doctor said she may not live more than 4 weeks or survive 1 surgery. However, Peyton was a fighter. She survived 5 surgeries and lived a hard 5 months. Peyton passed away on Sunday, September 10th, in her parents' arms. Brandon did not practice with the team Monday or Tuesday, electing to be with his family in a tough time. Brandon did, in fact, return for practice Wednesday and Thursday. Then Friday was here. Brandon was faced with a tough day. Hours before the game, the viewing for Peyton took place, and the whole team came together and headed over to the viewing, and it really affected him.
It made me feel really good. I really appreciate everyone showing up. It definitely meant a lot to me, a lot.
After the viewing, Brandon arrived to the high school to get ready for the game. The first quarter and most of the second quarter had scoring on both sides, and on the surface just seemed like a normal game for Brandon. Then with about 30 seconds left, everything changed.
Betts is going to go back to pass. Throws in, it's intercepted! Brandon the sideline, touchdown!
Kent had a pick 6 to push Martinsville's lead to 15. At halftime, Brandon could hardly believe it.
It felt unreal. I was super happy, really happy. It definitely felt so unreal.
But the pick 6 was far from the only play the senior would make that night.
And his ball's on the ground again. This time the Artesians jump on it at the 35-yard line.
Who else? Brandon Kent.
Brandon dives on the fumble on Franklin's first drive of the second half. And then on Franklin's very next drive, Brandon makes an acrobatic interception for his second interception of the night. Brandon was the player of the game for the Artesians, and head football coach Brian Duggar says he's never seen such a great performance out of a player with the circumstances that Brandon had in all of his years of coaching.
And it was unbelievable. Like I said, it was something scripted straight out of a movie. I'm really proud of him and kind of what he had to endure and just to show what type of person he is.
Brandon turned one of the most difficult days of his life into the best game of his life by showing the same fight and determination his baby sister displayed during her 5 short months she was alive. A fitting way of honoring Peyton. For MHS Rewind, I'm Nate Long.
The cross-country team raced at Decatur Central High School cross-country course this past Saturday in the Mid-State Conference meet.
It
didn't take Martin Barco long to push to the front of the pack at the start of his first big meet of the season.
I went into it not really knowing what I was capable of. Plan A was to kind of run with the front pack and kick him at the end, but I kind of resorted to plan B early and just took it from the lead.
Barco is committed to University of Washington, where he'll be running cross country and track and field.
He's a bit of a celebrity with the young kids. Everybody knows him and all that. And so our middle schoolers rode up here with us today. They've been sharing the canopy. They've been around him, and I think it was a neat treat for them to get to be around him.
Last year, before he was a big name in cross country and track, Barco was still chasing the top runners. This year, he's the one being chased.
It's really stressful. I mean, I can't say it enough. It's one of the most stressful things to be chased and to know you're expected to win a lot of the races. I don't enjoy it at all. I really like being the underdog, so it's been a learning progress for me to kind of run that way, but I think once I get to college, I'll have a fresh start.
The stress of being chased didn't stop him from climbing to the top of the podium at Mid-State. Other artisans ran well this past Saturday. Landon Willis finished 9th, and Race Wolf came in 33rd. On the girls' side, Laura Barco finished 3rd.
We got Laura leading the way. Laura's tough. I mean, she works hard. She'll go to a soccer game. She'll work out afterwards.
In fact, immediately after her race, Barco left to go play a soccer match.
It's a lot different. On the soccer field, there's a lot of changes of paces, and you're not really focused on the running aspect. But in cross country, you kind of just have to grind it out.
Several other artisans grinded out strong finishes at Decatur Central. Kate Spurgeon finished 11th, and Allison Greenwell placed 28th. The Barcos and the rest of the cross-country team traveled to Brown County to compete at sectionals on October 14th. For MHS Rewind, I'm Ben Selch.
The girls' golf team played in the sectionals a few weeks ago. Nick Tutterow was there for the day-long tournament and has the highlights.
The sun was shining bright Monday morning at Cascades Golf Course in Bloomington. The Artisans teed off on the Quarry 9 at 8:30 and 5 hours later ended with a score of 379. Good for a 3rd place and a spot in the regional.
Extremely proud of them. This is our best 18-hole score that we've had this year. Couldn't be more proud. We really played well at the top.
Sophomore Aslan Haywood and junior Fallon Conway were at the top of the lineup. Haywood scored a 91 and Conway shot a 92.
Aslan and Fallon really stepped up for us today. Coming in with a 91 and 92. We needed that out of them with them being our experienced players.
Coach Dealiv also sent 3 freshmen out in the course and they delivered. Jocelyn Mercer fired a 94, Lillian Lamb shot a 113, and Maddie Miller ended the match with a score of 102.
I'm sure there were a lot of nerves today and just really proud of how they handled that and were able to score well for us today.
The girls beat 4th place Columbus North by only 5 strokes and earned a trip back to the regional.
At times I didn't know if we were going to do it because it was a struggle, but it worked out.
Today we were able to crack 380 and just happy that we were able to get it done at the most important time of the year.
The girls finished their season on Saturday with a 10th place finish at the regional. For MHS Rewind, I'm Nick Tutterow.
Last Thursday, the boys soccer team held senior night. Jackson Turner gives us a look at each senior and their plans after graduation.
The 2023 MHS boys soccer season is coming to an end, which means that 4 seniors will be graduating the program and moving on to the next chapter in their lives.
Martin, Luke, Damian, Cam, they're going to be missed. Not necessarily fully, not only as soccer players, but they're going to be missed as teammates and just the way that they've carried themselves these 4 years. And it's been a blessing to coach them, and they've made me a better coach. And hopefully they've learned something from me in these 4 years.
Each senior has a different plan after high school. Martin Barco will be attending the University of Washington to run track and cross country. Camden Wolf plans on attending IU to pursue a degree in business. Damian Brewer plans on enrolling in a trade school to become an electrician. Luke Gamble is undecided on a college at the moment, but he wants to pursue a degree in secondary education to become a history teacher.
They're a good group. I've been around here their whole 4 years, and it's fun to see their individual growth as well as where the team was when they started and where we are now.
Going into his senior season, Camden Wolf was an active leader on and off the field. He's going to miss being the oldest on the field in that leadership position.
It's also kind of sad because I don't plan on playing soccer after high school, so it's kind of it for me.
The Artesians ended their regular season on Wednesday in a match against Monrovia, going out strong with a win. Now they have the sectional to look forward to.
I think we got a good chance. We should win sectionals if we play the way we've been playing all season. We just have to keep up the good work and not let anything slide through our defense.
The team plays Terre Haute North to kick off the sectional on Monday at Terre Haute South. For MHS Rewind, I'm Jackson Turner.
The girls soccer team ended their season victorious over the Class 2A number 9 ranked Monrovia Bulldogs 2-0 Wednesday night. Jace Malin takes a look at the team's record-setting season and previews their upcoming sectional.
The girls soccer team finished the regular season with 11 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. This is the best record and most wins in school history.
We've had a really good season. Girls are putting in a lot of hard work, getting better each day. So we see development from each practice to game. So it's been a great season so far. Everybody's really stepped up and done what we've asked them to do.
Most of last year's team returned this year, which brought big expectations at the start of the season. Both Addie Berry and Maddie Moskrup agree they have exceeded those.
We have a good winning streak like we did last year, and if anything, it's even better because we have less losses and more wins. And we've really figured out how to work together as a team better than last year, so I'd say overall it's a big improvement.
We've killed the teams that we wanted to beat. Last year, we got second place in conference again this year. We weren't able to beat Plainfield, but we didn't lose them as bad as we did last year, and I think that is definitely, we're going on the right track up. Every year we get better and better, and I think the program's going in the right way.
The girls now turn their attention to the postseason. Head coach Jason Dobone says the sectional will be tough, with teams like Bloomington North, Terre Haute South, and 11th-ranked Bloomington South. However, Dobone feels that the team plays well, plays together, and plays hard. Anything can happen. Moskrup and Berry have some keys in what the team needs to do well to be successful at sectionals.
We have a lot of shots off, but they're not on frame, and that's definitely what we need to work at. Back line, we just need to basically work on connecting more. We need to stay compact, but overall, I think we're going to be okay, but definitely connecting in the final third is what we need to work on.
We just have to come in focused, not be asleep while we're playing, and just put it all out on the field, not really mess around, be responsible for what you do and not worry about other people, and if we can do that, we'll win.
The team plays Bloomington North in their first match of sectionals on October 3rd, a team they tied with 1-1 earlier in the season. For MHS Rewind, I'm Jace Malin.
The boys tennis team hosted Indian Creek on Monday. Maddox Dilly has the story.
The tennis team gave a hard-fought battle in their last match of the regular season, but fell to the Braves. Boys head coach Mike Johnson says they lost several close matches this season.
But a lot of our conference teams are very, very strong, and we're just putting up a fight. We've been pretty happy with some of the outcomes there, even with losses.
The tennis team has a total of 5 seniors: Calvin Johnson, Avery Sylvester, Patrick McGowan, Gavin Clements, and MHS Rewind's very own Jace Malin.
Seniors have been great leaders. We've got 5 of them. Each of them have a different way of showing their leadership to our younger players. They've had some good times this year.
Yeah, overall, I feel like this year's been a big improvement since my last. All my forehands and backhands have all improved. I've moved from basic forehands and backhands to now slicing and doing volleys from beyond the service line.
The varsity duo of Clements and McGowan have been the main sight to see for the Artesians, as they have the most wins on the team.
Me and Patrick have progressed. Started off doing really well in the beginning, but competition got harder.
So yeah, I've definitely gotten closer. Playing doubles together for 2 years now, and been close friends and everything like that.
The tennis team traveled to Mooresville on Thursday and beat South Putnam 5-0 in the first round of sectionals. They will play Mooresville for the sectional championship on Saturday morning at 10. For MHS Rewind, I'm Maddox Dilly.
The volleyball sectional draw comes out this weekend. Bo Diddley took an inside look at what the team has done well this season and what they need to improve on heading into the postseason.
The girls' volleyball team hasn't exactly had the season they've wished for, only winning a handful of matches. But none of that matters when it comes time for sectional. Head coach Kelsey Patrick knows how important the little things are when it comes to success.
Communication has been something that we still, I wouldn't say struggle with, but have to remind the girls, constantly talking, constantly being on the court, encouraging each other and helping see what's open on the court.
Outside hitter Courtney Burnham is one of the few seniors on the team, and she agrees with her coach on the importance of being able to communicate with her teammates.
We can improve on communication overall and minimizing our errors.
Burnham is one of the top hitters for the Artesians this season, and Coach Patrick has a lot of confidence in her to do her job to the best of her ability at all times.
I'd say Courtney Burnham, our starting senior who plays all the way around for most of the sets and games, she's done an awesome job just about being aggressive on the court, going for everything and putting 110% effort in.
But Burnham isn't the only player that Coach Patrick feels good about, as she couldn't help but mention a few other names of people that helped the team tremendously.
We've got Addison Massey-Deckard back in the front row, which is awesome to see, so she's done well in the middle so far coming back. Back row players, we've got Emily Martin, who always shines when she's passing, and then we've had other people step up like Miley Jarrett in the back row and Morgan Lyon as well.
One of those players, Emily Martin, took over the libero role this year. She replaced last year's senior Molly Urban, who's now at Louisville. Martin has started since she was a freshman, and she leads the team in digs and aces.
I think that our team can improve on finishing out the plays that we have. If we have long rallies, we don't really finish them to our level.
On the other hand, from having so much varsity experience, she can also see the positives that have come from this season.
I think that our serving has been pretty good this season, and our communication on the court and our energy has been up the whole season.
Hopefully the Artesians can keep that same energy level for the sectional, which starts in less than 2 weeks. Martinsville definitely has a tough sectional this year, including a very talented Center Grove team, who was ranked 8th in the latest Indiana Prep Volleyball Z ratings. The Artesians will find out which team they face first at 7 p.m. on Sunday in the sectional draw. For MHS Rewind, I'm Bo Dilley.
And finally this afternoon, the Pep Session on Friday the 15th was a fun event that had some unexpected moments.
That's right, Ben. From pies in the face to shaved heads and even a sound system that went out in the middle of a performance, there was a little bit of everything at Siderwitz Field.
Quinn Sparenbleck has the highlights.
That's it for this edition of MHS Rewind. For Ben Selch and the rest of the RTV2 class, I'm Ezra Pauly.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to have a great rest of your day, and always remember to enjoy the ride.
And have a great weekend, everyone.